Hey, I hope this video message finds you well. I had a chance to minister to some wives last night at a wives group, and our topic was having done all to stand. And we were in Ephesians 6:13, and it was so powerful because we took a look at the Amplified version for this passage. And we know that Paul, as a writer, is a very prolific writer. And we read some of the other things that he has in the Bible, he gives specific examples about what to do or what not to do, or how different situations might look. But then when we get to Ephesians 6:13, he just says, and having done all to stand, or after you've done everything to stand. He doesn't give those specific examples to say, after you've been lied on, after you've been disrespected, after you've been abused, after you've been cheated on, after you've been molested, after you've been hurt, after you've been wounded. He doesn't give what the after you've done all these things. He leaves it open. So it lets us know, really, in the eyes of God, there's no limit to what after might look like, after we've done everything. And so I want to read to you this passage from the Amplified version so you can see what I'm talking about. And again, it's Ephesians 6:13, and I'll read it from the Amplified. Therefore, put on God's complete armor that you may be able to resist and stand your ground on the evil day of danger, and having done all the crisis demands, to stand firmly in your place. And what stood out for us in this particular translation is that the word says, and having done all the crisis demands. So there's something in your life that has called you to crisis, whether it's in your marriage, your family, something at work, maybe with coworkers, in your friendships. There's an area of your life that possibly could be defined as a crisis. And not only is that thing in your life, but it's demanding something from you. It's not asking your permission. It's not saying, do you feel like, putting up with me today or dealing with this person in this moment, but that this particular crisis has some demands that come along with it. And not only are there demands that you may not necessarily like, but he says, having done all the crisis demands, to stand firmly in your place. So having done all to stand, after you have done everything, when you feel like you don't know where you can draw another ounce of strength, to still just keep standing. And how do we keep standing? Because God has our back, because his strength is made perfect in our weakness, because his word will not return to him void. So whatever he has spoken to you, whatever your crisis is trying to lie and tell you isn't going to happen or won't ever be manifested, God says, stand. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it's unfair. Yes, it's uncomfortable. No, you don't like it, but still stand. And what makes us want to stand? Why do we get excited about standing? Because we know that there is a crown of glory. We know that God has a reward for us on the other side of this. And so I just want to encourage you to be strong in the strength of the Lord, to endure and to stand, to see the promises that he has given for your life fulfilled and manifested. And then I also want to encourage somebody to know you are anointed for this. You are anointed for this. When the Lord allowed it, when he didn't spare you from it, when he didn't block this from happening, he had already equipped you. He knew that before he formed this world, that he equipped you and only you to be able to endure. And if you take a step back and if you look around, most people who are going through what you're going through wouldn't handle it. Would not be able to handle it, wouldn't handle it the way you are. And even if you waver or you fall at times or you become doubtful, you are still standing, and you are standing because the grace and glory of God is keeping you. And so I pray his strength into your life. I pray that his grace, his all sufficient, perfect, unrelenting grace would be manifested over your life, manifested in you, and that you would have the strength for this journey. But be encouraged to know when he said that he would never leave you nor forsake you, he is still with you, even in this. Be encouraged. God bless.